Is it easy to spot an introvert in a room full of people? Of course, unless you're one of them. They are very shy. They would be sitting in the corner, probably reading a book. They won't be speaking very much and very antisocial, right? Right? Not so much so. There's a lot of misconceptions about what introversion actually means. And we live in a world that celebrates extroversion, and outgoing means happy. Studies show that 1 out of 3 people is actually rather an introvert. So what are they all hiding? I know that a lot of people, including myself, sometimes behave like an extrovert because that is socially so acceptable and people just love that high energy around. However, that can be so exhausting. So I call these people pseudo extroverts, and it's really hard to spot them. And today I want to tell you more about introversion. And if you have some part of introversion inside of you, then please celebrate it with me. I'm going to tell you some misconceptions, what it is to be an introvert, and I'm going to give you 5 reasons why are introverts so misunderstood. Beautiful day, unlimited sparkle. You're watching Live Unbound with Liv Kissper, and let's talk about introversion today. Many people are really surprised when I tell them that I am an introvert. They go like, really? You're so exuberant. You have so much energy every time I see you around. To which I reply, and how often do you see me around? And they go like, oh yeah, that's right. Not very often. So reason number 1 why introverts are so misunderstood is that the stigma around introversion is that people think that they are very shy. However, shyness doesn't mean introversion, because an extrovert can be shy too. It relates rather to social anxiety, of social judgment, that you are scared that people are going to judge you and you are shy. Introversion is very different. So reason number 2 why we misunderstand people who are introverted is because we don't know how people actually handle stimulation. Studies show that people are born with this predisposition. So it's something that we have innately inside. And extroverted people tend to have tend to process their energy and their stimulation through completely different pathway in the brain, which is governed by dopamine and adrenaline. That's why they seek this energy from the outside. Their attention will be always towards the outside. So that's why they love being around people. They get energy from people. If they go to a party, they would be socially grazing because they don't want to miss on anything. And when they talk to people or are just around in that energy of people, they feel really stimulated and they feel alive and they feel good. Introverts, on the other side, handle stimulation completely differently. Actually, normally they feel very overstimulated by places that are loud and there is a lot of people, and their pathway in their brain that they mostly use to handle stimulation or get energy from is the acetylcholine pathway, which is connected to the parasympathetic nervous system, which calms you rather down. So when you calm down as an introvert, you can go more inwards. And this is where it's really interesting. For example, myself, I get my energy mostly from just going inside and from my thoughts. And I love my mind. It surprises me all the time. So if you see me somewhere just being quiet and not talking much, you might think that I'm shy. But actually, my brain is just buzzing inside because I'm full of ideas. And this is exactly what happens from people who are introverted, and they can't handle too much stimulation, but they really can recharge the batteries when they are alone or when they are with just a few people or a one-to-one person that they can just get full attention. They also they can focus longer on a task and they go much deeper, as opposed to the extroverts, they just go wider. Reason number 3 is that we think that introverts are antisocial. They don't like socializing. And it is true that we recharge our batteries when we are alone most of the time, but that's not rule of thumb. We love being social. We just handle it in a different way. So for example, if I go to a social gathering or party, I would be very strategic. Who do I want to speak to? And I really prefer one-to-one or interaction in a small group, which is maybe more quiet, where I can get more attention for talking. So I love being around people, and I love having extroverts as my friends because they are the connectors. They know a lot of people, so I don't have to be the, the social grazing. They can do it for me and then they just give me the report. Introverts hate small talk. Yeah, don't talk to, if you know an introvert, don't talk to them about the weather. It's very painful for us. And it's super interesting because introverts are able to go much deeper within their thoughts and they can sustain attention much longer. They tend to be more creative, and studies shows that actually they are better leaders in certain situations, and that's because they are more willing to listen to people around them, and they lead but just a little bit differently than extroverts who are supposed to be very charismatic and loud and very well outspoken. Reason number 4, introverts are very quiet. Yes, that can be true sometimes. You may know some, or you may be an introvert yourself, and you know that sometimes it's really nice to be quiet because you probably are thinking about something really important to you. However, if we are in a conversation that's really important to us, or when we speak about a topic that we already previously thought a lot about, we speak fast and we speak a lot. However, it's tiresome. So after speaking a lot for a long time, we just need that quiet time to recharge our batteries again, either with close friends or small group of friends, or by ourselves, just reading or just being in our own thoughts and getting inspired from new ideas that just come out of nowhere. And reason number 5 why introverts are mostly misunderstood is because people perceive them as being oversensitive. And I want to say just one thing. There's a big difference between being oversensitive, as if there was such a thing as sensitive, and not being able to handle emotions. And it is true that introverts tend to have more anxiety, but that's because they get really overstimulated all the time. They are sensitive, but when they learn how to handle their emotions, they can really use that as a tool to navigate through their lives, and they become really amazing leaders to themselves and to everyone else around. Overall, introverts are awesome. And if you are an introvert, then stop feeling ashamed and start celebrating that amazing gift that you've been given. And yes, sometimes it comes with disadvantages, like I have bad reviews with Uber drivers because I don't like small talk. Otherwise, I am on the journey to really embrace, and it's been amazing to see how to be an introvert in an extroverted world. So I would like to hear what you think about this topic. Are you rather introverted, or what do you think about this? Do you think that all introverts are weird, or do you think that we just don't really understand them, or we don't understand each other? Let me know. Please like the video, subscribe, and how far are you willing to go to live unbound?